okay? Now, once you have these three things listed out, okay, this is when you're now able to move on to the next step, which is thinking about what is the one concept, okay? Now, let me talk about this next step here, okay? So this next step here, if you take a look at the one concept, let me explain. I'm gonna merge like 2 steps in this one session today, okay? Now, this one concept is something I never understood for a really long time, okay? Here is the thought process of the one concept. The one concept works like this. It begins with the more things you need to get your audience to believe in, the less likely they will buy from you. Okay? Now, this is super important. Let me say that again. The more things you need to get your audience to believe in, the less likely they will buy from you. So what does this mean? If I sold this all-in-one internet marketing course, and I said, in this course, I'm going to teach you how to build funnels. I'm going to teach you how to do Facebook, because you need Facebook in order to be successful. I'm going to teach you how to systematize and automate, because you need to have these things in place if you want to streamline your business. You are also going to need how to build a following. Now, notice as I'm saying all these different things, what happens? I'm telling my audience that they need to believe in all these different things for it to work. And the more things that I am trying to get my audience to believe in, the less likely they will buy. It needs to be just one thing, that if they believed in this one thing and this one thing is true, they will buy. So you need to think about what is that one main thing for you, okay? Stephen, you look like you got some big aha moment. I don't know if you've got a mic, but I can't seem to unmute you. Do you have a mic? Oh yeah, you do. Stephen, what happened? You said you had like this aha moment. Was it something?
Yeah, the aha moment just now was, I still try to have live presentations. Like, it seems to offer too much to the people. A lot of features, what do they get at the end? You know, during for the entire workshop, what are they going to learn? So the more things that I offer on the tables, most likely I will get lesser people to sign up. That's true.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a very important piece. Okay. Thank you, Stephen. One thing that I want to mention is, so there's nothing wrong with giving a lot of offers, right? So like right now, Stephen is crushing it in e-commerce, drop shipping, right? And there's nothing wrong. So to clarify, let me say this, okay? There's nothing wrong saying, in order to be, so when you join my drop shipping program, there's nothing wrong saying, I'm going to give you my e-commerce stores. I'm going to give you my, the people to buy from the suppliers in China. It's going to be cheap. I'm going to give you my contacts. There's nothing wrong with these things, okay? But we must be very clear on what is the main thing we're trying to get them to believe. So like for me, if my live event, right, whether it is game changer intensive or internet income intensive, I know that if I can get them to believe that sales funnels will help them grow their business and scale it, everything that I say is based upon sales funnels. So even if I say I'm going to teach you traffic, because ultimately traffic is the thing to fuel your sales funnel, I'm still linking traffic to sales funnels. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with giving the things that complements the main thing, but we must always link it back to the main thing. Okay, so for example, event codex, right? You notice that, let me just show you the live example, right? Notice that, by the way, this thing is doing very well, okay? It's crushing it. And the bonuses that I give out over here, I give them a lot of things. I give them the action guides. I give them Facebook marketing campaign checklist. So even though this has nothing to do with events, I'm still linking it to events because Facebook marketing checklist to fill up your events, okay? So I am giving them stuff that links it back to the main thing, which is events. Okay, so to begin this thought process on step number 2, which is the one concept, okay, we need to think about the one concept over here. This is the second piece, okay? What is the one concept? And Russell Brunson has this thing called the domino effect, okay, which I think it was from Perry Belcher. I don't know who is the original person these days, but I try to give credit where credit is due. But I don't really know who I think it's Perry Belcher, okay? But Perry Belcher is the person that said, the more you try to get your audience to believe in different things, the lower the conversion would be, okay? So here is how this formula works, okay? Once you have identified what the 3 main portions of objections and considerations are, the next thing to work on is this. The one concept works like this, which is if I can get my audience, okay, to believe that vehicle name is the answer to result I can generate them, and this result is only attainable through my offer name, then they would have no objections or considerations left, and they would have to give me money, okay? Now let me just take this over here and let me just paste this in the Facebook group. So that you can use it. But let me show you how to fill it up, okay? Okay, so imagine this, okay? So imagine that right now, if I would take this same thing again, it would be the one concept for, let's say, event codex. If I can get my audience to believe that running live events is the answer to scaling their business and serving their audience at the highest level, and this result is only attainable through event codex, then they would have no objections or considerations left, and they would have to give me money. Okay? So if I know my main one concept, I know that when I build my webinar, everything has got to be around this. One concept. The concept of running live events, and live events is the answer to scaling their business and serving their audience at the highest level. And this result, you can only get it through event codex. Then they would have no objections or considerations left, and they have to give me money. Okay, so what is your one concept? Because once you're able to determine what your one concept is, then you will be able to create your messaging a whole lot better. Okay? So back to the group. Okay? I want to know what your one concept is. Okay? Post it in the group so that I can take a look. And I'll be able to give you feedback. Hey, Andrea, I know you made a comment here saying there's too much to offer. It creates confusion. I need context to what you mean over here. But again, please post it in a Facebook group so that I don't have to switch around windows. Okay? If you want to have feedback. Okay, so let's go back to the comments in the group so that I can take a look. Okay. What is your one concept? You need to answer this part. You need to know what is your vehicle name, and most importantly, you have heard me say this before. What is the result you can generate? How does it make them more time, more money, become more productive, become more effective, more efficient? How does it make them more confident? How does it make them feel better? How does it increase their status in the eyes of society, in the eyes of their peers, in the eyes of their friends, their competitors, family? How does it make them a better mother, father, parent, daughter, son? Okay, what is the result you generate? And the result is only attainable through your offer name. Okay, then if we can create something that is a bit around this, then they will have no objections or considerations left, and they would have to give you money. Okay, that's basically the thing that you need to talk about. Okay, anybody here would like to ask questions, share, or clarify anything? Okay, just raise your hand. I can see your faces and give you feedback as well if you have any questions.